ladies and gentlemen. Now to introduce the dancing segment of the evening. Before I do, I was reminded that I forgot to speak about the weather in my first speech. I'm Scottish, so we can't have a speech without talking about the weather. Today we have nice sleet. I think sleet would be an accurate description. Rain, snow, a bit mixture of everything. I was speaking to my mum back in Edinburgh today, and I think the weather is very similar back in Scotland, so we feel very much at home today. Before I introduce Jennifer Stephenson, for those of you that know Scott McKenzie or don't know Scott McKenzie, he's a bit of a joker and he likes to tease me. What you may not know about him is that he loves to dance. Now, this is the professional segment of the show this evening, and Scott would have loved to have been taking part. Unfortunately, Jennifer speaks of good feet. I think that's the criteria Jennifer mentions. Scott, unfortunately for this evening, did not meet the criteria of good feet and is in the sidelines here. Jennifer? So Jennifer sent me her CV yesterday, and it was my job to try to synthesize it into about 20 seconds. So Jennifer was an accomplished dancer. She founded the Stephenson School of Highland Dance in 1977, I believe. Has had a number of her students go on to open their own schools. A number of them have competed for Quebec at the Canadian and Scottish levels. And Jennifer is a sought after judge around the world, having gone as far as South Africa, Australia, and the US for judging. So Jennifer, over to you to introduce the two dancers.
Thank you very much, Ian. I realized when you said 1977, that seems like so long ago. Actually, it was. And speaking of the dancers, I would like to now introduce the young ladies who will be performing for you tonight. We have Elyse and Mary and Liz and Maureen. So what we're going to do tonight is we're going to do a Scottish country dance. For those of you at home and anywhere else, if you want to get up and do some dancing, we're going to do a gay Gordon. A gay Gordon, as you probably know, is a very traditional Ceilidh dance. It's a partner dance, and it's an around the room dance, meaning that you go around the room in a circle. So we're going to have two pairs, as you can see. We have Elyse and Mary, and Liz and Maureen. So the girls in the kilts will represent the male dancers, and the girls in the skirts will be the female dancers. So in a gay Gordon, the women are always to the right of the men. And you're going to take your hold. So the man will put his arm around the lady's shoulder and they'll hold hands. And then they will take hands in front of the body. And I'm going to get you ladies to turn this way so we can demonstrate. Okay, so a gay Gordon, you're going to walk forward for 3 counts. So 1, 2, 3, and now you're going to turn and on the 4th count. Now this is the hard part. What you have to do now is you have to walk backwards. And this is the part where everybody gets confused. So now you're going to take 4 steps back. 1, 2, 3, and you're going to stop. And now we're going to walk forward again for 3. 1, 2, 3, and turn. And back. 1, 2, 3, and stop. And now we're going to do what I call the pirouette. So the man is going to hold his hand up over the lady's head, and she's going to twirl around under his arm for 4 counts, or for 8 counts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And now we're going to take what we call a waltz hold. There we go. And we're going to do a waltz hold for 4 more. And 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we're going to go back into our original position again. So let's just try that. So just to reiterate, for those of you at home, the ladies are always on the man's right. And you're always going to travel in a counterclockwise circle. All right, so let's try that again. Ready? 6, 7, and forward, 2, 3, turn, back, 2, 3, stop, forward, 2, 3, turn, back, 2, 3, pirouette, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, waltz hold, and 1, 2, 3, 4, back to your original position. So again, the part that's really sort of the difficult part that you have to remember is once you do your 4 counts going forward, you then have to continue backwards. So you have to hope that the people behind you aren't going in the opposite direction, because anybody who's ever done this dance at the St. Andrew's Ball will know that there's always going to be people crashing into each other because not everybody's going in the same direction. So of course, this is not going to happen tonight. So, okay, so I think we're going to try it with the music now. So for those of you at home, I'm just going to reiterate one more time. 3 steps forward, turn, 3 steps back and stop, 3 steps forward, turn, 3 steps back, stop, and then you're going to pirouette for 8 counts. And then you're going to do your waltz hold for 8 counts, and then you're going to go back into your original position. All right, so if you're all ready at home, we're going to give this a try now. Ready? Thank you, ladies. So we're going to finish our performance tonight with a traditional Highland dance. This is a solo dance, and it's the Highland Fling. As with most Highland dances, the origin is, of course, in the military. And this is a dance that was done by the soldiers, and they performed it on something called a targe, which was a shield, and it has a hole in the middle with a spike that comes up in the middle. So the idea, of course, was to dance over this targe, and you had to be really nimble-footed so that you wouldn't obviously, slice your foot on the spike. So of course, nowadays we don't dance on targes, we just dance on the spot. So before we do this dance, I would really like to thank our 2 pipers, Gabriel and Cameron. Wonderful job, thank you very much. And of course, I would like to wish everybody at home a happy St. Andrew's Day. And of course, we look forward to seeing you all again next year in person. So again, we have Lizzie, Maureen, Elyse, and Mary doing the traditional Highland Fling.